Okay, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I'm recording not to the cloud, but onto this computer. And if the hostess can record into the cloud, it's usually a better quality recording. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I will share my screen and we will really rush through this, which is sad because I really wanted a good discussion, but never mind. We are going to talk to some amazing men who are doing this business. As I'd introduced myself, my name is Esses Anambasi, a medical doctor by training, very passionate about what Neolife does and what Neolife represents to so many people's health, life, and futures even. And so I'll start the presentation by saying that we have the month of November where we've been thinking about the men and their health, and that includes mental, physical, financial, and all things healthy. And my reason for this is that with healthier men, I'm so sure that everybody else would be so much wealthier, so much happier. Last week, we had a heart-warming and a very moving presentation when we had a group of women tell us their opinions about men's health. But today, we want to hear from the men about business and specifically this business. Right, we are a family on a mission to make the world healthier and happier. And we believe that we need to know that you are what you eat. And a lot of men, from my observation in almost 40 years as a medical doctor, have tended to eat as they wish and have drifted away from what we used to know as healthy eating, which is mainly plant-based and very little processed. So we are hoping that we can connect dots and show and prove that indeed we need to go back to the basics, because nutrition is a critical determinant of immunity, and malnutrition is the most common cause of immunodeficiency everywhere. Now, our mission as a family called Neolife means we have a lot of work to do. I have often pointed out that men like to take the shortcut if it is offered, and lifestyle changes might be hard work. So that's what we want to talk about as well, but not in great detail, but we will touch on it. And then the issue of finances, that is one of the biggest drivers of stress. And that's why we want to hear from these successful men how to encourage the youth to become employment makers and not to necessarily set out by seeking employment or end up by sticking around without having their own business. And so we'll hear testimonies, I'm sure. So I've rushed through the intro, but basically it started with a dream a long time ago by a gentleman called Jerry Brassfield. And now the business has spread around the world, literally. It is in more than 50 countries. It started in 1958, and for the guests on this call, I hope there are many guests, it has reached you today. We are unique in that we have a board of scientists that we call the Scientific Advisory Board, who research and develop everything. The founder was a top scientist, toxicologist, pharmacologist, and cancer researcher, and actually pioneered oral cancer treatment. And now the board of scientists are here to ensure that we all have a viable business. And this business is unique in that it works by you sharing it. And that's what you're going to hear from our panel. We have a set of values that are put on the screen. The first one is absolute integrity. And speaking for myself, that was the one value that really swung my decision to get fully involved. Absolute integrity in everything that we say and do, and then putting people as number one. Then, of course, we have products that absolutely work. And the crazy thing is, these are natural, God-made food supplements. And of course, we have some herbals and the cleaning products that were the first to go green, but I'll show you just now. Then it's also an equal opportunity for all, regardless of who you are, where you come from, what amount of education or lack of. You are welcome to this family. And very important, the other value is a long-range vision. I say it is important, you're going to hear stories just now. So essentially, why would you want to do this? Perhaps you're looking for ways to improve your life, to make extra money, to travel, to have time freedom. So you partner with the company, and then once you get involved with all the products and change your buying habits from what you are currently using, which are probably very, very toxic because of the amounts of chemicals, and move over to these ones that we have. And out of this, you can create a very lucrative business. And how you do it is you partner, and when you do, you are in business for yourself primarily. So some of the questions that we will have and the conversations will just highlight the importance of that. So you are never by yourself, however, and that's how come we gathered here. And these are the steps. You will learn more about it if you're a guest, but these are the steps that we all go through. Everybody starts at the bottom on the starting blocks. And as you share with more people, as you introduce other people to the wonder of the products and the business opportunity, you will climb through the rungs. And so you can move with your eye firmly on director. That is what we advise everybody to, as quickly as possible, work towards director and then to climb beyond. So you're going to hear lovely stories. So welcome to an opportunity for some training and some skills development. I have a wonderful panel of men who have, as you may have heard them, very patient, very calm. And so I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves. We may start in the order that appears here. So I'm going to stop sharing temporarily and we can hear from them. Right, so let's start by, actually, I'll first ask Jesse to introduce himself and to tell us what really excites him about this business. And then we'll move to Charles, and then finally, Andrew. So after the introductions, then we'll start our conversation. So Jesse.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Eseza. Delighted to be on the call this evening. For the guests, my name is Jesse Ainebiona. Professionally, I trained as a mechanical engineer, and currently I'm a near-life business owner. I am also a corporate trainer. On a personal note, I'm married. My wife is called Diana, and together we are blessed with 2 daughters. I've been a part of Neolife for quite some time now. How did I learn about it? I learned about it when I was a student at in engineering school doing mechanical engineering in my first year. And a colleague invited me and showed me the kind of business that it is. I picked interest because as a student at that time, I felt and I thought that I could use my spare time while still at the university so that I could, do something with myself other than squandering that time. And it is what I decided to do while I was still at school. And by the time of my graduation, I was, yes, Dr. Cesar, did you say something? Okay. By the time of my graduation, I was earning an income that was able to take me through after school, you know, something that perhaps it wouldn't have been easy for me to get a job paying me that kind of money at that time. So it is a business that I started as a student, worked through university, and it gave me many benefits like personal growth and development, learning to believe in myself and learning to become a better leader and a better communicator. Benefits of travel, you know, going to places that I had never thought I would ever get to, even as a young person. So for anyone on the call this evening, this is an opportunity that you can get hold of. You have the mentorship, you have the guidance, and the rest is in your hands to make it work for you. Let me pass this on to Andrew and to Charles to also share briefly.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear from Charles.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Always excited to participate in sessions with Neolife. As you've heard, my name is Charles Samulavu, a seasoned banker, married to Margaret, and together we have 2 children, well, 2 young people. And this business found me when I was working with the bank. And a few things attracted me because I've always loved keeping fit. And for the last over 20 years, I've had a very consistent routine, training at 5 in the morning every day. And I also take, I was already taking care of nutrition, trying to eat well, the best I could. And then I had a good job because within the banking sector, I worked in commercial banking and also investment banking. And I went up the ranks to some of the high levels like general manager. And so for me, money was not a very big issue. But a few things I realized were challenges to me. First of all, as a senior banker, I had opportunities to travel both within the country and out of the country for different purposes, work purposes. And what really got to me was that as I traveled to these places, and a lot of times I stayed in very good hotels, I could not travel with my family. And I remember one time I was going for a whole week's workshop on a 5-star beach hotel. And I knew that I was not going to spend all the time, you know, with the workshop. So I went to my boss and I told him, could you allow me to travel with my wife to this trip because I'll be having a bit of time on myself. And my boss told me, yes, why not? Then before I could get very excited, he turned around and told me, but remember, you have to meet all the costs for your wife. Travel, accommodation, meals, everything. But for you, the company is paying for you. And when I worked out what I required so that I could travel with my wife, it was more than I could afford. And so I realized, even though I used to travel, I could never travel with my family. So as we were being introduced to this business, one of the things we were told was that you can travel with your family. And so for me, one of my attractions was traveling with my family. And so I joined. And doing this business part-time all this time, I started realizing some of these things that I was told. For example, we started traveling and, you know, we went as a family and we were treated like kings. It was so exciting. You could go and relax in exotic places. Actually, the things we were told we would get from Neolife, we got. And then because I loved issues of health, I now got more training and personal development and was helped to even focus better on how to manage my health status. And then as I was doing it part-time, just looking forward to travels, money started coming. And at some point, I was getting almost the same money I was earning as a senior banker. And so I realized that this business is for everyone. Being in a very busy office like the ones I ran, I realized that you don't need all the time to succeed in this business. You can do it part-time and still succeed and enjoy all these benefits. And that's why I'm still here up to now. Thank you.
Great, awesome, thank you. Now we can hear from Andrew. Thank you.
All right. Hello everyone. It's been a challenging evening, but it's good to see all of you on the call and having persisted. Thank you very much for putting aside the time. My name is Bugembe Andrew. I've been here for the last 18 years. I started when I was a student, 20-year-old. I was looking for something that I could do alongside my academics that was productive, that was going to contribute to my future. And that is how I was invited to this opportunity by a friend of mine who eventually became my wife. In fact, right now, I'm married to her. Then that is Janet. We have a beautiful little girl. And let me see. Yes, as far as my qualifications are concerned, my first degree was in engineering, and I went on to do another degree in law. And despite having had that experience, I must say that I'm excited about New Life because it allows me and gives me the opportunity to enjoy the freedom of time and the freedom of financial freedom that is involved, because you get to determine how much. A lot of young people today love to make a choice in when it comes to how they use their time and how much they can earn. That's why we have a number of entrepreneurs all across Africa, because they want to feel like they're in charge of their destination when it comes to finances and when it comes to their time. And I think that's, for me, the most exciting thing about New Life. It allows you to determine how much you can earn, because it's about how much effort you put in. And then also allows you to determine how to use your time, because you can decide where to be, with who, at what time. And those are things that kind of really excite me. Yeah, so Doctor, I think I'll stop there for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you, gentlemen. And I can say one thing. If it wasn't for the products that we have and we carry in this business opportunity, all of us would have either fainted or would have been throwing the computer after the first few minutes of this evening. But we've remained calm. And that is perhaps where I want to start. All of us perhaps vaguely know, all of us who are on this call, vaguely know that we should be eating well and we should be looking after our health. But the actual importance of it is sometimes lost on a lot of people. So perhaps I'll start by asking Jesse. I know I'm going to come back to you as well, but I'll ask you, Jesse, how do you encourage the youngsters to think long-term about their health? What does it take for them to hear you and to understand even what you're saying? Because you are into training, aren't you? You need to unmute. Are you muted? Okay, let's see. Oh gosh. Okay. How many gadgets have you got? I've just unmuted. One. I've just unmuted you. Okay. Okay, perhaps while we are trying to unmute you,
I'll just see.
Hmm?
Yeah. All right. So, well, I think for me, I'll look at it from my very own perspective. When I came to be part of New Life, because sincerely, at the age of 20, as they were talking about chronic diseases, this is not something I thought was anywhere close to me. But I remember statements like going back to appreciate one's vision and dream is what caused me to take my health a lot more seriously. And emulating from the people who are already there, like, for example, Charlie Bolton and Jerry Brasfield, it got me thinking that I wouldn't at any one point want to be old and sick. You know, like Charlie always says, want to die healthy. Yeah. But what for me got me thinking about my health as a young person was the fact that when I looked at the things that I'd put down that I had to achieve throughout my life, I came to a realization that I needed to get there when I'm actually healthy, when I'm actually able to enjoy those things. I could really attribute that to the vision. So perhaps we could hear from Jesse if he's back on.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Andrew. I think you've shared what I was going to share. It begins with you understanding where you're going and then realizing that your body is the vehicle that is going to take you there. So imagine using the analogy of a vehicle, not taking care of your health, especially as a young person. And by the way, as a young person, you have a great opportunity because you are beginning early. So not taking care of your health as a young person is like saying you're so busy driving that you don't have time to fuel your car. It's just a matter of time that that car will stop and it won't move you anywhere. So as a young person, it's vitally important that you take charge of your health. In fact, just yesterday, I did some tests. I did a blood pressure test, I did a PSA test, and I did a sugar level test. And all of them came out normal, like really good. And for me, that gives me confidence that we have the right opportunity and I'm on track. Because as a young person, yes, you have a future, you have your dreams, you have your vision, but no kidding yourself here. If you don't take care of yourself, if you don't take care of your body, you won't reach that vision. So it begins with a clear reason why, and then you begin to get your diet in place, you begin to get your exercise routine in order, and you begin to get ample rest. Otherwise, your vehicle, your body will not make it to your desired destination.
Absolutely, I totally agree. And we heard from Charles, who said that he has a routine of, a disciplined routine of exercising, and he's been doing that for a long time. Unfortunately, older men may have started that way when they were younger, but as they grow older, all that falls away. So Charles, perhaps you want to give some tips to those that are listening, why it is actually important to start at whatever point they meet near life, to get started and to do at least the basics as regards supplementation.
Thank you, Dr. Eseza. I think it's important to demonstrate, because young people, one of the things they do is they learn by observation. They look at, if you are telling them that it's important to take care of your health, they look at you and they observe you, and they see if you are talking to them about higher energy levels, good health, but you are looking like you really need to be at hospital, then they will not listen to you. So one of the first things that you need to do is demonstrate it to them, because they love seeing it. for me, my health regime has really helped me because like now I feel more energetic than I was 25 years ago. And when we are at the gym or when we are, running on the track or anywhere, young people will always be amazed at the energy levels that I have, at the, the way I can sustain things that they themselves can't. And so when I get back to talking to them why I'm healthy like that, it becomes easy, because then I can be able to tell them over and above these exercises that I do, I also take care of my nutrition. I try to eat the best I can. And then because I know I'm deficient in, I don't get sufficient nutrition from the foods I eat, and I explain to them why, I then have a regime of using supplements. And I introduce them to the kind of supplements I use within Neolife. And so it becomes very easy for them to be attracted because they have seen the way I look, they have seen my energy levels, which a lot of times are better than theirs. And then they realize that it is exercises, diet, and things like rest. So when you now encourage them to join in and start using, it becomes very easy. I've gotten quite a number of young people to start, supplementing and, being careful about what they eat just because of the way that I present myself. And, we are living at a time when the fast foods, the quick foods are the in thing. Young people want things that are sensational to the mouth. As they put them in the mouth, they feel nice. And young people, and I'm sure Jesse and Andrew will agree to this, young people will always influence each other. If somebody goes and tastes a pizza from one place, they will call their friends and tell them, let's all go there. But when they now start realizing that it is important to take care of your health, and some of these diseases and challenges don't come overnight. You will eat, there are some who will tell you, I've been eating pizza all this time. Nothing has happened. But when you start explaining to them that had I been, taking the kind of diet you're taking, right now, I would be a very weak guy. I would not be able to do what I do. So you start influencing them and they slowly will join you and will want to look like you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So you actually bring up the point that I made about one of the values, which is long-range vision. We really need to emphasize that point. And I speak in my capacity as a doctor who was trained to promise amazing things at literally the stroke of a pen, a quick prescription, take these medications, and you'll be okay. We need to move away from that, right? We have agreed that there's more to health than fixing a symptom. So I know both Andrew and Jesse have actually discovered that in Neolife, the cleaning products are not to be ignored. So I want all of you to talk about that to people and how, from your perspective, they are so important and an integral part of this, because a lot of people will sort of like draw the line and say, those ones, no, but the other pills, yes, maybe. How would you advise? We'll start with Andrew, then Jesse, and then Charles, you can add if there's something.
All right. Well, Dr. Esezar, I think some of these things, as we listen in more and as we are exposed to more information, we come to appreciate some of this. This I would call it a mindset, I remember the first time you mentioned that just washing powder can make you fail to lose weight. the first time I heard it, I was like, but you know what? How on earth can a washing powder affect you? But then as you now begin to pick up on more information and more knowledge, you realize that a lot of the powders that we do use in our washing have particular toxins that affect your hormones and eventually perhaps inhibit you from losing weight. Now, that kind of information is such an important piece of knowledge, especially for the people that are growing and want to be intentional about their health. Yeah, and it takes quite a bit of time for someone to get to that point. But eventually, as you continuously preach it, as you continuously talk about it, it begins to get in, and you begin to appreciate the fact that if you're not detoxifying, if you're not aware of what you are doing every single day, it could be the toothpaste you're using, it could be the Vaseline or the makeup you're using, I mean, name it. But somehow, as you get into this space, you begin to appreciate a number of those things and you begin to get more conscious. And maybe what I have to say is there's nothing as valuable as awareness. Awareness allows you to tap into so many things out there. Many times we are where we are doing what we are doing because we are not aware. Sometimes we are not aware of ourselves. We are not aware of the dangers that are around us. And the moment you now begin to get aware and you become more aware through this kind of knowledge and information, then the quality of your life also goes up. The level of your happiness also increases because you are a lot more aware. I don't know if I've answered the question, but I think that's what I had to say in regards to the cleaning products.
Absolutely. And Jesse?
Thank you, Andrew, for that. Yeah, in regard to the cleaning products, maybe I could just say maybe three things. One, the cleaning products are a good supplement to the health products because these are products that will help to eliminate toxins in your body. So when we are talking about health, we are talking about health and wellness. You can't be healthy if you have toxins in your body. So, but where do toxins come from? They come from our environment. So if you take charge of your body and you stay in a toxic environment, then we are not doing an effective job. I think as we take care of the body, we also take care of the external environment. So in a way, the nutritional products take care of the internal environment as the cleaning products take care of the external environment. Because if you have a healthy body in a toxic environment, ultimately you will have a toxic body. So I think it's important for us to look at the cleaning products as being part of the nutritional range because they support good health. Secondly, the cleaning products are really economical. And I know that because I've used them, I'm using them. Whenever we buy these products, I get a marker and I write a date on which I bought this product. So I write on the bottle itself. Like if you saw the Super 10, the LDC, the G1, they all have their dates. Now, I'm always amazed at how much time these products take. In fact, if we are to compare, if we're using other products within the same period of time, we would have spent more money. So the products are economical. So they are going to help you to save money. So in a sense, part of making money is saving money. So one, they add to the healthcare, they add to the health and wellness. Secondly, they help you to save money. And thirdly, they are good and effective products. They are really good products to use at home. When you use them, you can tell the difference. You can see that Super 10 has done a good job compared to what another soap would have done. So for the people on the call, I want to encourage you, don't only focus on one thing. Look at it in a holistic way and see the value in the cleaning products.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the reason I asked this question of you men is you know, a lot of households are not being led properly in that area. But if the man of the house can say, guys, ladies and gentlemen and children and grandparents and whoever is in the household, this is what we are going to use. They will use them and they will learn how to use them and they will come to appreciate the products. But you see, my drive now, healthier men for a wealthier nation or for wealthier nations, is exactly to conscientize everyone that once we have the men leading in this direction and it becomes a movement of men. So you see, that's the work that we have cut out for us for 2024 and beyond, to actually get the men to appreciate near life and everything about near life. So yeah, then you can get the benefits such as travel. And I know all of you have touched on the travel issue, but I want now to talk specifically about the importance of building your business nice and strong. And perhaps one of you can talk about structure. Andrew, do you want to start with structure? Then we'll ask Charles what he can contribute.
Dr. Eseza, probably before Andrew says it,
Yes.
I wanted to mention something on cleaning products.
Yes, please.
The first cleaning product that I experienced was LDC. And one of the things I've seen is that much as, you know, people like to see results, and most people like to see quick results. Now, unlike the supplements, which when you tell somebody, when you swallow this Trienen, you'll get energy. And you'll see somebody swallowing and trying to feel the energy, and probably it will not come immediately. But the cleaning products, one of the power about cleaning products is that you can see immediate results. So I've sold quite a bit of cleaning products just because you can demonstrate results right away. For me, I had a challenge with shaving creams, and anytime I shaved, I would get the bumps, and I went to dermatologists and spent so much money until I tried LDC. And the moment I tried LDC as my shaving foam, all those bumps and pimples disappeared. And so I started going around telling men about a new shaving cream, LDC. And then when they ask how it works, it's very easy to demonstrate. You just get them to put a bit of oil on their hands and put a bit of LDC and they wash, and they can see the results immediately. So cleaning products are very easy to demonstrate, and they show immediate results. When I go to the gym, I normally carry my LDC, which I use for showering, and I deliberately, shave my beard at the club so that people can see what I'm using. And interestingly, I've gotten quite a number of men asking me, how come this orangish shaving cream that you use, how is it? And I share with people. And right now, there are quite a number of people who have ordered for LDC, starting with shaving and then using it for, as a bathing, soap. So it's very easy. When you share with it, people can see immediate results, and it becomes very easy to share. So that's what I wanted to add.
Awesome. Sorry that we almost missed that amazing addition, because do you then tell them, Charles, that yes, by the way, same product, you can wash your fruits and vegetables. Same product, you can wash your pets if they have dogs. Yeah, and that's how to save money. And detox the environment as well. Awesome, awesome. So for the men on the call, please don't leave it all to the women to talk. I think Charles, Jesse, and Andrew are really teaching us that men can do this. It isn't just a lady's business. Granted, about 75%, 3/4 of people who are doing this business are women. And the men might be in a supportive role or might just not be interested. And that can be devastating to the wealth of the nation that we're trying to create. But yeah, becoming rich and being able to travel is one of the perks. I was saying that let's discuss the value of building a good structure. I know all of you to one degree or another have, but I know Andrew has really focused on structure. Perhaps we'll use that as one of the closing sessions of this event. What would you say, Andrew, about structure?
All right.
On part 2.
Something about structure. I'm trying to see how I can summarize it. So while I was when I started the business, I remember Charlie's mentioned something, and it's a question he put across. And he asked it in the audience. He said, how many of you want to be like me? Of course, we all put up our hands. I mean, Charlie, 5 Diamond Director, you're looking at about $100,000 per month, perhaps even more. And man, we're all excited. And then he said, can you go out there and find 10 people and just dedicate your time, dedicate your life to them, and make sure they improve their lives, they become better. And he said 10 people. And I said, what? 10 people? I mean, all I need to do is to find 10 people and help them improve their lives, help them earn an income. And I will also be able to be like you, Charlie. And for me, that has been my guiding principle since then. Find someone who is willing to be helped and dedicate your life to helping them. The more success you see coming out of them, the more you will also succeed. If you help enough people succeed, you will succeed as well. So structure is based on that as the underlying principle. Helping someone else become better, improving their lives. And if you help enough people improve their lives, you will become better. So how many people are you helping? How many people are you focused on helping? And to be honest, even if you are very slow and you're counting 1 person per 2 years or 1 person per year, and you're genuinely helping an individual who wants to be helped, it wouldn't take you long before you are actually rich and wealthy and traveling the world. That's what I have to say, Dr. Cesar.
Thank you very, very much for that. And in view of our late start to this session, I don't really want to drag it on any longer, but in the future, in the very near future, we will have more sessions focused on men, because I've had this epiphany, this revelation, that if we can get more men into near life and not wait until they're old and with prostate problems or with belly fat and all the things that we've discussed in the last few weeks, but catch them early. And I know on this call, I've seen a few people who are young, vibrant, and really ready to run with this business. I'm actually looking at a name now, and yeah, I salute you for being here. And actually keep passing the message on and keep encouraging people and keep doing what Charles does, you know, taking his products to the gym and to work where people can clearly see you. There's nothing wrong with drinking your shake at work. I know my husband does that. He drinks his shake at work and everybody, I'm sure, turns heads. But yeah, we will share Neolife to the extent that we will make the world healthier and happier. And so I just want to thank you very much and say that it is all about leaving a good legacy, guys. That's what we are talking about. And to the guests, you might be saying, what is all this? All these men have told you a little bit about themselves and their story and why they do what they're doing. They want to leave a good legacy of a world that is healthier and happier. So if there are any guests, the question is this: if you do what you have always done, will you necessarily get what your vision or your dream is? No, you need to change something. And all we are saying is change your buying habits. Change your buying habits. So your next step, please, is to turn to the person who invited you here and to consider being part of the family. We are a family. As you saw when there was a lot of trouble at the beginning, everybody rallied around, and that's what we like to do. And my vision for not just myself, but for the East Africa region, the Southern Africa region, the whole of Africa for that matter, and ultimately beyond, is that we really stand together on this one. So yes, welcome to the family. We are on a mission to make the world healthier and happier. And I normally like to give everybody a closing remark. So in the order, just one minute or so, we'll start with Charles being, I think, the most senior. We'll give you the due respect. A closing remark just to encourage people as we move into the new month, and then we'll move to Andrew and Jesse, or the other way around. You'll decide. Okay, Charles.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Eseza, for allowing us to share. What I can say is that it is possible. It doesn't matter your circumstances. It doesn't matter how far you've gone, you know, in terms of affecting your health negatively. It is possible to change. And the Neolife opportunity is an opportunity for everyone. It doesn't matter how busy you are or how not busy you are. It doesn't matter how, you know, what your age is. It accommodates everyone. And the one good thing and one very important thing that I learned through this opportunity, you know, as opposed to my corporate, you know, time, my long time in corporate, is that in Neolife or this kind of business, you grow by empowering other people. In the corporate world, you grow by bringing people down. A lot of times people are looking for ways of pulling others down so that they can be recognized and they grow. But in this opportunity of ours in Neolife, you grow by empowering people. The more people you affect positively, the more you benefit. And that's one thing I want to leave with us. Join this business, take it seriously, and as you empower many people, you'll get empowered as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to Andrew, then we'll close with Jesse. Andrew, some encouragement?
Yes. This was men in business. Many men perhaps don't find this as a real set of they don't find this as real work. Perhaps basically because maybe they feel like talking to people is not real work. But you know what I've found out over the last 18 years is that we actually need more men in this space, because the job we have to do requires a lot of persistence. It requires a lot of resilience, you know, and it's work. Changing people's lives is a lot of work. And right now, as we speak, I look back at how my life has come. I was fortunate enough to see my grandparents before they passed on at 90. At the time they were passing on at 90, my father was about 68. I'm 38 now. We have a daughter who is 11. And when I look at the generations that are coming ahead of us, if we do not do something about helping people change their mindset in regards to this area of health, we are likely to lose a whole generation ahead of us. And for me that is serious work. The thought that there's a possibility that there's a father out there who is 38, who when they turn 50 is likely to have heart problems that they're going to be sharing with their son or daughter is a very scaring thought. Why? Because when you look at the deaths that we are both having as the parent and as the children, it is so scary that if someone is not taking time to help these people become aware, we are likely to have a very, very, very sad situation in the next 20, 30 years, where children and parents are going to be sharing medication to do with chronic diseases. And it's our duty to actually go out there and change that mindset and help people become aware, help them realize that, you know what, it's been a lie all along. These processed foods are actually going to damage us further. And we need to stop. We need to reverse that so that we can get back on track. And for me, it's a lot of motivation. And that is work that does not only require ladies, it also requires men to participate in that journey. Yeah, that's my message, Dr. Eseza.
Thank you so much. And as I say, it's happening already, where generations are all being damaged because of the lifestyle. So Jesse, you are our one to really motivate us. That is your job, your strong point.
Thank you, Dr. Eseza. Yeah, my closing remark would be that, where we start in life was not our doing, but where you end up is certainly your choice. You have everything to do about your situation now. So as a man on the call, and certainly for the ladies that are listening in, you can have a choice to go around blaming the circumstance, blaming your parents, blaming the economy, complaining and justifying, and you will always find what you look for. But what I like about the opportunity that we have is that Neolife is an opportunity that enables you to take ownership of your life. That you can start the business with not a lot of money. Really, anyone can find that money if they are interested. If you really want to find it, you can find it. But also, if you don't want to find it, you won't find it. So a lot of life, a lot of what I have seen in this business and in this opportunity, and also for the 37 years I have lived on planet Earth, it is that we take ownership of our lives. And for me, Neolife is that opportunity that gives everybody. There are some opportunities in life that are not for everyone, but Neolife is an opportunity that enriches anybody, regardless of your age, where you're coming from, how educated you are. Charles worked in the bank. He will tell you not anyone can be a general manager. You must have gone through a certain education system. You must have a certain level of experience. But the opportunity we are talking about is an opportunity that is total value. It goes to anybody as long as you would like to embrace it and take ownership of your life. So for me, I just want to say, don't leave your future to chance. Build it by choice. Back to you, Dr. Eseza.
Thank you. And really on that note, we all have two choices: to live by default or to live by design. Now, here is the best design ever. I did the shortest business opportunity presentation on record. And that is the design. And really, if you follow it, it's the blueprint for success. So gentlemen, thank you so much. I really have dreamt about this session for a long time, because I keep on saying one of my missions among the many that Neolife presents to us is to really seriously see healthier men for wealthier nations. So well done for your participation. We start December. We'll probably cover something on immunity in the very near future. But for now, thank you very much, all of you, for logging on and for staying with us. And if you came to the right room, I'm so glad. Next week, hopefully, there will be no challenges with the rooms, because I'll go back to usual. I just wanted it to be a bigger platform. But yeah, thank you, and God bless you all. Good night.